Hi again, and thank you for exploring the business mindset support provided along the 90 Days Business Accelerate program. I'm honored to introduce you to one of the experts here, ready to help you stay motivated and on track while working in the 90 Days Business Accelerate program with me. And here we have Helen Guinness. Over to you, Helen. Hi.
Hi, hello, Antonina. So are we talking about obstacles?
Yes, obstacles, and mainly it is about mindset, isn't it?
It absolutely is. They are now known as mindsets. A mindset is a fixed view, opinion, perception of something that seemingly cannot be changed. I say seemingly because, of course, it can be changed. Mindsets are as easy to change as thoughts, opinions, views, anything else, because you control your mindset. However, limiting mindsets, which are the negative ones, or they tend to be negative, are the ones that get in the way. Now, we all suffer from obstacles, seeming obstacles in the way of our lives. But the vast majority of those obstacles are in our head. They are self-generated, self-created, and they live up here, which means that we manage them. We can manage them. We can actually alter them. Some mindsets are a little bit harder to shift because if they become beliefs, like a lot of people, for instance, believe they're not good enough, it takes a bit more time to change them. Because it's a very deeply rooted belief. And the problem with human beings is that we need to be right. It's part of our survival mechanism. So if we believe something to be the case, we tend to need to be right about it, even if it isn't true.
Absolutely, Helen. Thank you. So in terms of business people that you have come across, what are the major obstacles that you have noticed that they suffer from?
Well, it would be true to say that this occurs in every business, within every individual, at every level, however much money they earn. It's universal, practically universal. Limiting beliefs, limiting mindsets, they are all over the place. Now, as far as business is concerned, I've already mentioned the notion that we often think we're not good enough. Another one is, I don't know how to do this. Another one is relationship with money. What's your relationship with money? And some of us actually push money away, or we spend it as fast as we get it. Like we don't want to be with it. Others have a much more positive relationship with money. Some of us are more sensible with money than others. So your relationship with money is going to be key to whether your business succeeds. And the most frequent obstacle for all of us is scarcity. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough sleep, etc. We never have enough. So scarcity is the one that most gets in the way. And the rest, I would say, are sort of like subsections of those main ones, like, who do I think I am, thinking I can create my own business and, run my own business. Many people are terrified of success, not failure. You see, we're good at failure. We know how to fail. We've all done it many times. And unfortunately, we don't classify it as lessons. We classify it as failure. We need to fail in order to learn. You see, you can't learn how to ride a bicycle unless you fall off it.
Absolutely. Many times. And skiing as well.
And skiing is another one. Exactly. How many times you have to fall down before you figure out how to stand up? And that's one of the first main things we learn as small children is how to walk. And now we don't necessarily remember that process for ourselves, but our parents or carers or grandparents will say, oh, yeah, you were always falling over. until we eventually found
The balance.
how to balance.
So that's the balance. Actually, we're after the balance, because when you're running your own business, when you're growing it, and with all the challenges that it comes from the business side of the venture, there is always the person in it. So within 90 days, when people are building, accelerating their business within the program, we are aiming to give them as much support so that take on that all that information, and at the same time get freedom from the major blocks that are holding them back, which are the inner blocks. And this is the purpose of teaming up with someone like you who would take the journey with me.
So I take the journey with you. I go on the traveling of the creating of the business. I travel with you. I hold your hand. I support you. I encourage you. I remind you that you are good enough, that limiting beliefs do not serve you. And I keep your mind focused on the end point. You see, if you've only got 90 days, it's always good to have a deadline because it calls us forth. If you've only got 90 days, you might as well go for it, full tilt. And if you're going to do that, the important thing is to focus on the future and the outcome you want to create, not on the past, because the past isn't relevant here unless you can bring some useful lessons. By that, I mean, take what you've learned, but then plant it in the future where it's going to be useful, as opposed to dwelling on what didn't work before. So that focus on the future, clarity of purpose, knowing where you're going, is absolutely critical to a speedy program that is going to achieve what you want it to achieve. You've got to keep focusing on the future. It's like your North Star, your guiding light, whatever expression you want to use, but essentially you follow that star. The thing is, if you go and create your own business, it's exciting. Feel the feeling of being excited. The chemistry of excitement and fear are almost identical, but call it excitement, not fear. And be with that amazing feeling. You've experienced it. You get that feeling in the middle of your body where it's all sort of tingly, and you want to engage in something that is exciting. And if you keep the frame exciting around your project, it's going to call you forth. Your outcome, your purpose, they need to be big, they need to be interesting, they need to be big enough and inspiring enough to get you out of bed in the morning, to have you wanting to reach those goals. There's no point in playing small. Small is like, day to day. Small is where we are now. What we're trying to do here is create a breakthrough. And breakthroughs are future focused.
Exactly. Very well said. Thank you. And again, Helen Guinness, transformational coach of businesses.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that's what we are going to help you guys with. And come and push that button. Go to Helen Guinness, ready to support you, hold your hand while we are working together on your business and making you successful. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you.
And we look forward to meeting you, working with you, and supporting you on your journey. Dedicated to your success, it is Antonina Manev, Visions Inspire Business Growth Consultancy. Hope to see you. Bye.